So I'm going to break it down into 5 simple steps for building a retaining wall. Have I ever tried this? No. Am I going to try it anyway? Oh yeah. Hey, I'm Elizabeth, the curly-haired country gal, and today I'm going to be working in the developing food forest to put up a retaining wall so I can finally start planting some bushes in there for this year, 2022. Let's do this thing. I looked high and low on YouTube, probably not exhaustively, but I was looking for just a simple, clear set of directions for how to make a retaining wall, and I could just not find any. So I'm going to make this video in hopes that if you're trying to make a simple retaining wall, you can know what you're trying to do, as I tried to figure it out for the first time as well. So I'm going to break it down into 5 simple steps for building a retaining wall. Hey Livia, go get your jacket from the rabbit tree. Now, as I discussed in the video where my kids and I planted our raised bed a few weeks ago, I really want to improve at prioritizing my kids above projects. So we're going to head down there together and see what kind of adventures await. Alright, step 1 is to gather your supplies. For me, that looks like going down to our creek that's just down the driveway to scoop up some, what would be an equivalent to crushed gravel. That's not exact because I don't know exactly how big crushed gravel is, but you could definitely go and buy some. It's not expensive. It's probably 40 bucks for a cubic yard, I think. But I'm just going to use what I have on the property. Can everybody grab a bucket? Now, as you know, food prices are going up, and not only that, but the quality of food has been going down. I don't have a ton of hard facts and research to back that up, but a lot of sources that I trust have been talking about the soil quality being depleted, and it just makes sense to me with our conventional agriculture principles. So I really want to raise food for my family that's high in nutrients and also sustainable. The other thing you're going to want to get is this Loctite for landscape. So step number 2 is to lay down your gravel. Alright, so I've got my helper, helping. And I've got my stakes where I want the inside line of the wall to be. So I'm going to get this outside cleaned out and dug out a little bit to get it a little bit level. So I'm going to be using our own compost. Our roosters are so loud. So I'm going to be using our own compost that I made here on the property and do my best to try and start planting our food forest so we can be more self-sustainable, less dependent on grocery stores, and have higher quality food. All right, so I dug out here a little bit and raked a little bit with my helpers nearby, and I'm going to go ahead and start laying gravel. So step 3 is going to be to pound down the gravel with the mallet like I'm doing here. And then step 4 is to go ahead and lay the first concrete blocks. So I'm going to be kind of alternating between steps 2, 3, and 4 as I go down. I'm going to be laying the gravel, pounding it, and then putting the block on.
Already collapsed. Now here comes the big collapse. Level for me to sit on.
So the reason I'm doing this is to be prepared and so that I can eat kind of according to the Weston A. Price Foundation principles of having food that is even better than organic, food that doesn't have pesticides in it, soil that's really rich in nutrients. There's a chorus going on around me. I think they're trying to copy the roosters. Hey you! Yeah, you! Thanks so much for watching this video and coming along with me. If you could like it down below, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks! Okay, so steps 1 through 4 are complete. Gathering supplies, laying down the gravel, hitting it with the mallet. I ended up not using the mallet so much as just using the cement blocks themselves to compact the gravel on top of it. And then I went ahead and laid the first row. Now I'm making them level across the cement block, across the width of the cement block, but I'm not making them level the long ways because this whole thing is on such a slope. I'm not even going to try to keep up with that or to make it level all the way across. I don't really want to or care to. Meanwhile, The kids are up there playing at the compost. And then step 5 is to go ahead and lay the second layer and use that adhesive, that landscape adhesive, on the base and on the walls to secure the blocks, the cement blocks together. There you go. Yep. Now squeeze the trigger some more. Along here and along here. Good job. Show them what you're doing. Gently using the mallet to get it a little bit more level. And look who came out to join us. Hello, Miss Dinkins.
Hello.
Good to see you. She's ever leery of Junebug. You gonna be sweet, Junebug? We'll see. You remember from the video where the kids and I were working on the vinyl siding over the mini hoop coop. Junebug chased Dinkins up a tree. She took forever to get down. I was calling Dinkins a he back then because I thought it was a boy. We since found out she's a girl. Anyway, so far, so good. My daughter just got this landscape adhesive on her pants. Poor thing. And it's now complete. I always forget that the first part always takes the longest. This second layer was so fast putting up, so easy, especially with my daughter's help, getting the adhesive on there. But yeah, I think I'm really happy with how it turned out. Thank you. And my son has decided he's going to be a stone worker. Oh boy. Junebug didn't chase the cat. Well, she kind of chased the cat, but the cat's okay.
No.
You guys can eat in here for now, but pretty soon you're not going to be able to get in here and mess up my soil. So the project is done. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and now I was able to spread out my compost in here that I made up there at my compost system, thanks to these chickens who are digging in the compost. But I was able to get it all spread out. I think it looks awesome. I think the wall is going to do great, and this means that I'm going to be able to start planting. So this is going to be part 1 of the food forest. So we've got the peach trees that are in the middle as the canopy layer, and in between the rows here I'm going to be planting berry bushes, and then on the sides this has inches and inches deep, thick, inches and inches of compost. So I'm thinking I might be able to do beets or carrots in here maybe this year, but I might not try to do it this year. But I think for this year I'm going to focus on getting the berry bushes established, some blackberry and raspberry in here as well. And of course you can check out the other videos, some of my first videos where I talk about how I make the compost and how the chickens help me. And this year, 2022, I'm hoping to transition to doing it for free. There's a tool that I'm going to need, a chipper shredder, but you can check out that video if you're interested. Good work, my boy.